This is Oliver here. I'm going to go over our PSSA prep. This is lesson 8, main idea and supporting details. For our coached instruction done with the teacher, we have a passage called A Dangerous Intersection, and then we have a reading guide on the left-hand side that's going to ask us to do a few things. You'll see in red that I have created boxes and circles and lines for you to drag over to our text. Number 1, we're answering a question about the main idea. Number 2, we're looking for a main idea in each paragraph. And number 3, we're looking for a supporting detail. I like to know what I'm looking for first so that I can find it as I'm reading. A dangerous intersection. Our neighborhood has a dangerous crossing at the intersection of Valley Road and Maple Drive. Many minor accidents have happened there already, as well as several close calls when cars narrowly escaped hitting one another. In some cases, pedestrians have been hurt as well. The city needs to put up 4 stop signs, one on each corner, immediately before someone gets seriously injured. I would say that the main idea of the first paragraph is that there is a dangerous intersection. They tell us where it's located. A supporting detail is when they explain why it's so dangerous. So I'm going to use my underlining tool, and I'm going to say that there were several close calls when cars narrowly escaped hitting. At one time, fewer people lived in our neighborhood, and this intersection was relatively safe. There were only a few houses built because most people had large farms, and there was very little traffic. People drove slowly through the intersection and yielded to make sure there were no cars coming. There were hardly ever any cars coming. Okay, I'm going to find the main idea as the topic sentence where it talks about few people living there. And then they give me an example that there was very little traffic. Now, more people are driving on our roads. During the past 10 years, many of the farms have been sold and the property divided. Many new houses have been built. Each house has at least 2 drivers in it. So people do slow down at the intersection. And they should, because usually another car is coming, but we often hear brakes squealing and horns honking because one driver didn't see the other. This paragraph talks about there being more people driving now, and the explanation is that there's 2 drivers in every household. If 4 stop signs are put up, then all drivers will be required to stop and look. Then we will be able to see if there is another driver coming from the other road. I believe the signs will solve this problem and prevent people from getting hurt in our neighborhood. The last paragraph talks about wanting 4 stop signs and then provides a detail saying that it will solve the problem of people getting hurt. Question number 1. How does the title give you a clue about the main idea of the passage? I will get more information on why the intersection is dangerous. That really helped organize the passage because each paragraph told me why it was dangerous. The last paragraph had our solution. Slide number 2. Our genre would be nonfiction. It was giving us information. The purpose of the passage was to inform us and also to persuade. The last paragraph told you how to solve the problem and what we should do. Number 1, what is the main idea of the paragraph? In paragraph 2, And if I look back, I said that it was the first sentence. So I'm going to drag this over A. And number 3, write 2 sentences that summarize the passage. There is a problem with the intersection in town. There are more drivers and accidents occurring. This could be solved with a 4-way stop sign. I actually did that in 3 sentences, which I'm not going to be super picky if you go over as well. But I wanted to talk about the problem and the solution, and then in the center I talked a little bit about why it was happening. You're going to follow that same sort of structure. For part 1, you have a passage about table tennis to complete, and then you have some multiple choice, a short answer, then you have a second passage about recruit dogs, some multiple choice, and a short answer. I'll catch you next time.